Welcome to TL Tactico, DSTV Ghana's web series breaking down the biggest transfers in football. TL Tactico is hosted by Susu Graham.
Hi, welcome to TL Tactical. My name is Susu Graham. Today, we are talking about 23-year-old Ghanaian midfielder Mohammed Kudus, who just joined West Ham for 43 million euros or 37 million pounds. Mohammed Kudus likes to operate as a number 10 or attacking number 8, but he's found a lot of success last season as a right winger and occasionally a striker. He scored 11 league goals and got 3 assists in 30 appearances, though only about 19 were starts, and his total 90s were only about 20, so he played the equivalent of 24 games and scored 11 goals and got 3 assists. An amazing return for any player, in fact, especially one who's not a natural striker. So he led the league in take-ons with 91. Again, when you think about the minutes he's played and how much he was not used as much as a starter, him leading the league in take-ons is even more impressive. He took 3 points, and that's why a lot of the stats I'll use for him, I did per 90, because I think it's unfair to compare someone who played the equivalent of 20 games to players who played 30s. But it still shows how impressive his stats were, because in terms of shots per 90, he had 3.46, which ranked 8th in the league. And non-penalty XG per 90, he was 0.58, which means he was getting good quality chances. And he scored them at a quality rate with 0.55 non-penalty goals per 90, which ranked 9th. So his XG was 5th, his goals were 9th. Slight difference between his XG and his goals. That's not too bad. It happens, and it's not such a big difference anyway, if you look at it in that way. Just a 0.03 difference. Nothing to be worried about, though it may show that he's not a natural finisher, but he still gets a good amount of goals. So I don't think it's anything to be too worried about. Here's what worries me about Mohammed Kudus, and something we need to talk about. I don't think his passing and decision making are as good as they could be. I think he likes to hold on to the ball too much. Why do I say this? I've noticed when I watch him, he likes to take on players, which is why he has the high take on success rate. It's great when it works, but when it doesn't, you can cause your team problems. Kudus was dispossessed 64 times last season, and that's the second most in the league. It's even more glaring when you realize that all the players ahead of him played a lot more minutes. The players below him played more minutes. So until you reach the person who was dispossessed the 26th most times in the league, no player was dispossessed. No player played more minutes than him until you get to that point in the rankings. So that's something that worries me a tiny bit, and it makes me think that it's something to watch out for. But I think in the West Ham situation, they're more counter-attacking team. They want to move the ball from point A to point B quickly and from deep to front pretty fast. I think that this won't be a problem. I think it will actually aid their counter-attacking approach and to work better for them than if he had gone to Brighton and Hove Albion. I think Brighton is a possession-based team. These flaws will be more exposed, and there's even less space to dribble because of the field tilt Brighton play with. Field tilts being the percentage of your passes played in the opposition half or opposition final third. They have a much higher field tilt than West Ham, meaning that they have the ball in those advanced areas more often, meaning that usually there's a lot more defenders and a lot less space for a player like Kudus to get his take-ons. If he plays in a team that's more counter-attacking, moves the ball from point A to B and attacks deeper, I think his dribbling will be more helpful to the team than in Brighton. Though we've seen players like Mitoma use their take-ons to their advantage at Brighton, I think Mitoma's decision-making is better, so he loses the ball less, and Kudus using the ball could lead to very dangerous turnovers and counter-attacks, which might not be very useful to the team. So I think he fits West Ham style better. I think West Ham might be more advanced in their projects. I mean, this is a team that's been to Europe 3 consecutive seasons. They've won a European trophy. This is Brighton's first season in Europe. So I think, though Brighton seem more trendy, we're all talking about De Zerbi and stuff, I think West Ham are slightly ahead of them in terms of project. I think it's a better transfer. And also, we want to be honest, I think West Ham is a stepping stone to greater things for Mohammed Kudus. I think that eventually he'll be playing for a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or a Bayern Munich. And Brighton's insistence on demanding high fees and not letting players go could be detrimental to that dream. So I think West Ham is a better move, all things considered.